Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYNT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, and thanks for staying up late with us tonight. I'm Macy Marie. It took just minutes for fire to destroy an Eastern Kentucky home. A Perry County family escaped their house just moments before it went up in flames Monday afternoon. Firefighters told me the home in Hardburley was already engulfed when they arrived. A startling noise let the family living in this home know something was wrong Monday afternoon.
Homeowner said that they were inside. He heard something upstairs when he went to check. He found smoke.
Firefighters got the call just after 1:30 and rushed out.
At that point in time, it became more of a defensive attack.
Several crews responded just minutes after the call, but the home was already up in flames.
Around here with the old coal camp houses, the dried out wood and stuff, once they go, it's really fast process for them.
Those factors causing flames to spread, but crews do not know what started the fire at this time. A road is back open in Leslie County following a mudslide that happened on Kentucky 1780. The slide forced Leslie County schools to reroute a handful of their buses in order to get kids to school. Now, this is something Superintendent Brett Wilson says they do have to deal with, but the cooperation of bus drivers, monitors, and state and local road personnel helps that process go a lot faster.
Our bus drivers, they know where their kids live, and they are very effective at helping us figure out the best routes as well, because our drivers know our kids.
If you need to use that route, well, Kentucky 1780 is back open, so you're welcome to start driving on it again.
And Monday was a gloomy day. We saw those showers move through our area, but most of them are out by now. We're dealing with just a few as we head into those overnight hours. You'll notice that here as we take a look at satellite and radar, those mostly cloudy skies and showers really impacting our southern eastern counties, really along the Tennessee, Kentucky, and Virginia border. You're seeing those showers really moving out of our area closer to the Virginia area now, with a few chances as we head into those overnight hours. There's still pretty comfortable temperatures out there into those mid to upper 50s. Cloud cover will keep us pretty warm as we head into the overnight hours. Only going to see those temperatures dropping into the mid 50s, and like I said, we'll hang on to a few of those showers as we head into those overnight hours and a little bit into your Tuesday as well. But the good news is sunshine does return by Tuesday afternoon, and the warmer temperatures that we have been seeing really over the past week or so, well, that's going to continue as we head into the rest of this work week as well. We'll break down that full forecast coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Paige. Officials in Whitley County identified human bones that were found in 2015. Whitley County Coroner Andy Crowley says the bones were found by two men on Happy Hollow Road nearly 4 years ago. He says the bones have been identified as Richard Wood from Georgia, who family members say went missing back in 2014.
I'm sure it's a hard morning every morning to wake up and still not knowing, but we were able to give them that closure.
Crowley says the identification was made possible by DNA from family members. Over in Letcher County, a cemetery was vandalized this past weekend. More than 40 gravestones were damaged. Chris Sexton, along with several other volunteers, took their time Sunday to help clean up some of that mess.
Luckily, none of our family and my friends, their gravesite wasn't messed up, but other friends had family and friends and stuff that buried here that the grave sites was demolished. They were pushed over. They were probably about 40 stones that were turned over.
Sexton says they are taking up donations to help fix the gravesite, and if you have any information about the vandalism, you can contact the Letcher County Sheriff's Office. Tomorrow, the trial for a man accused of killing 5 people is expected to begin. Jason Gibson faces 4 counts of murder and a fetal homicide charge after a crash in 2015 on the Hal Rogers Parkway. Charlene Lewis, Judy Pennington Adams, Tiffany Williams, and Williams' 23-month-old son, Kyson, were all killed in that crash. Williams was also 8 months pregnant at the time, and that child did not survive either. Lewis's daughter, Chastity Colett, says it's a painful memory, but they have been waiting years for this trial.
You are thankful that it's coming up, but then you also get the dread. And I know when we go in that courtroom, they're going to we're going to relive those moments, and that's where the dread and the anxiety kind of sits in a little bit.
Police say Gibson was under the influence at the time of the crash. It starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. A tough day for an Eastern Kentucky family as they said goodbye to a man loved by so many. Police found 26-year-old Jordan Tackett buried last week in a shallow grave. Family members spent nearly 2 months searching for him, and Monday was his funeral. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher talked with some of those who knew him best.
Family and friends only have the good times to hang on to now.
He was my best friend, and he always would be.
Those will serve as their lasting memories of Jordan Tackett.
No matter if he's gone or not, I mean, he'd still be my best friend.
James Noonmaker says he held a strong bond with Jordan.
Me and him, when we were together, we sat there and talked for hours.
Before family reported him missing, James asked Jordan an important question.
2 weeks before he went missing, I asked him to be in my wedding, to be my best man, and he said yes, and I canceled my wedding and everything after he went missing.
Family members last saw him in February, hanging on to hope someone would find him alive.
He was full of life. Every time he seen me, he just wrapped his arms around me.
Last week, police found Jordan buried in a shallow grave in the Wayland community. George Hunter is Jordan's uncle.
And I wish he wouldn't have had to die like that.
He says Jordan did not have an aggressive character.
That's why I don't understand. He wasn't violent. He wasn't that kind of person.
Late last week, police charged Wesley Martin with murder. George and James sent one message to him.
He don't even deserve jail time. He deserves to be dead.
I think the man should get the death penalty.
As family and friends pray for justice. In Floyd County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Services were held at Hull Funeral Home Chapel, and Jordan Tackett was taken to Gethsemane Gardens in Prestonsburg. And this is Wesley Martin you're seeing on your screen right now, the man police arrested. He's scheduled for a preliminary hearing 1 week from Monday. A judge set Martin's bond at $2 million. The murder is more than 40 years old. Now a Corbin man could walk the streets again. George Napier was convicted of killing his mom with a shotgun back in 1975. His family says they're concerned about his parole, saying they do not want him to get out. Caitlin Sentner fills us in.
We're worried about it. All of us are. We're really worried about it. We thought he was in there for life, for what he did.
Behind bars for murdering his mother, making headlines. That was back in the 1970s.
He came up for parole quite a few times, and it's been denied.
Kentucky's Department of Corrections has a website. There it shows George Napier's chances at parole. Convicted in 1975 to life in prison. March of 1981, he had a hearing, parole deferred. That happening 12 times more. Now family says the 77-year-old may be released, telling us they got a letter notifying them of parole granted. Right now, it's not reflected on the corrections site.
I'm 76, and I lived a great life, but I still want to spend more time with my grandchildren. I'd hate for something happen, and we're really worried about it because he swore in court that he would kill us when he got out.
A lot of life has passed, 44 years next month since George Napier's conviction. Family, though, still frightened thinking about that March day.
The murder he committed was almost unspeakable, when you could shoot your mother in the back and shoot at your younger brother, beat your father up till he was purple the next day when I saw him. We don't know what's going to happen if he gets out. We really don't. We're in the dark.
Again, that was Caitlin Sentner reporting. We're waiting to hear back from the Kentucky Department of Corrections on Napier's status. And some news out of Laurel County. Kohl's is coming to London. The department chain will set up shop in the old Kmart building. Kohl's will be one of 4 new businesses located in that former building at the London Marketplace on Kentucky 192. That store should be open by the fall of 2019. And still to come on Mountain News, a string of tornadoes in the deep south. We'll have the latest from Alabama. Plus, an American tourist abducted in Uganda is on her way home. Find out how the U.S. government is responding.
And a few showers continue into the overnight hours. We'll break down that full forecast in just a few short minutes.